So, per usual, I haven't made any decisions on what we're going to make today. um, I am debating if I want to pull out the seed beads I got from Heather and make us a seed bead tassel. Or I could just we could definitely do that. Commercial. um, but I also have a lot of pretties that we've gotten recently from. I don't have the pink ones yet. Well, I have all kinds of other colors, so we still could make one. Um, though we also could make some very. I did get. Where did I put them though? I did find some. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Deb. I did find some little bronze ball spacers, so I could actually put my watch together that I was talking about doing earlier. But we'll see what I decide. Anyway, does anybody have anything you want to see me make? I haven't had asked anybody that for a while. I know that we have all kinds of stuff I could make. I got these pretties the other day. Hi, Donna. Some of the things I got the other day would make a really pretty bracelet or necklace. Let's see if I can find the things I'm meaning when I say that. I also have stuff that would make pretty earrings right now. I have all kinds of things that would make pretty earrings. Maybe we'll make some earrings. We'll see. I do have these wonderful things that I got from Auntie's Beads the other day. So we do have quite a few pretties in here that I'm thinking would make some lovely earrings and such, or bracelets. So my ear wires just tried to go away there up there for a minute. I'll show you what I mean by some of the things that I'm looking at that we can work on. Can I do an illusion piece? I haven't done an illusion piece for a long time. If I were going to do one, let's see, do I have any Supplemax? With an illusion piece, you need something that you're not going to really see. You're not going to see anything that's holding your beads in place, so to speak. So you need a clear wire. This is Supplemax. It's from Beadalon. If we're going to do that, I think we'll want to use something like little pearls or little crystals, maybe a combo of those. Actually, I have these little quatrefoils. Those would be pretty. Maybe we'll try that. I will tell you, I haven't made an illusion necklace for a long time. Hey, Dominique. And so we might fight with it for a little while. But sure, we can go for that. I'll push these things to the side. Let's turn down and we'll go over some of this stuff. Oh, I've got this tightened really good so that it won't flip easily because it's been sliding recently. I need to get my set screw tightened up quite a bit. So we've got these little quadrifold crystals. We have some Supple-Max. And I'll need to find my, they're my clamshells right there, so no problem. So I'll show you what I mean with this. Put these guys to the side a little bit. But what I was talking about for earrings is we have these beautiful fuchsia triangles. I would probably make a wire ring around these with these in the center. And maybe a few little beads on the side. Then I have these fun pieces here, which I was just thinking we could just drop these little crystals right off the bottom here. That would be pretty. And then for a bracelet or necklace, I have these sort of southwesterny, they call them Victorian connectors, but they look more southwest to me. So I was thinking like so. But I'm thinking it's going to become a necklace probably with some, this says it's stabilized turquoise in red. I'm thinking of getting some blue. I have some blue turquoise that I might do some little bead strands, some little wire wrapped bead pieces to go in between these. I think this would be a fun necklace. So that is definitely something to think about for later if we're going to go that route. But with one of these, what you're going to need is, if with an illusion necklace, you need something that's not going to show as far as your wire is concerned. So we have this Supple-Max, and I'm going to just go on there. So what you'd decide on your beads. And as you can see, you can't hardly see anything around that. It just looks like it's just floating there. And that's what they mean by an illusion necklace. Now you can use like a tiny crimp on either side of this if you have some little ones that you can use, tiny ones. Or you can just tie a knot. So I'm going to cut about 20 inches, maybe a little more than that, of this. And if you can even make these in multiple strands if you want. If you're going to do multiple strands, I'd do like 18 and 20 or 20 and 22, something like that. Okay, that's about 22 inches right there. Now, Supple-Max is a monofilament illusion cord. It's made exactly for illusions kind of thing. Now, hey, Beth. Hey, Carolyn. Come here. Stay put. I don't think those are my tiniest ones, which is unfortunate, but they'll work. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put, where are you at? I just had you. Oh, these aren't the tiniest. Here's my tiniest. Come here, babies. You know, you can make illusion necklaces too that looks like raindrops by just putting this on a mat and just dropping little drops of resin on it and then letting that resin dry. Oh, you like my arm candy? Yes, I've got my pinks on today. The one we made the other day, then this is a one I made a while ago. I got this lampwork bead down at a store that no longer exists, unfortunately. And then we got this one has some nut beads in it, as well as a little bit of, that's howlite. Then we have my pink one here, my bigger pink one over here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put the little guy here on. I'm going to tie a knot up here at the end because we want it to be, come on, let me get a knot in here. Now this knot's not going to hold this. I can already tell you it won't hold this entirely. I should have actually put the crimp on first. But it'll keep the crimp from sliding around too much. And by that I mean, come here you. Ugh, these tiny things are a pain in the rear. Come here you. Okay. It's going to go right over that, as you can see. But what I want to do is get that on the other side of the knot. Go back up there. Hold my in place. Then I'm going to get my crimping pliers. Now the thing that's not easy with these kind of things is that your things don't want to stay put because this is really thin cord. So it's already gone on the other side of the knot again. So I'm just gonna now, are you going to stay there? Okay, you are. Good. Now we'll bring our clamshell back up here. And if you want to, you can put a little bit of glue on here to keep it in place. I don't very often use glue on these, but you can if that's what you want to do. And then close our clamshell. Now this is a stainless steel one. It's going to fight me closing. There, it didn't fight too horribly. But now we got that there, holding that in place. But see that? The knot just came out from the clamshell there. So it's just as well that I did put the crimp in. It's holding really good. So we want to either do a knot or a crimp on either side of our crystal here. I'm going to see if a crimp will hold this baby better. So let's see. So we don't want it floating all over the place, or it's gonna, it's just gonna all go gather down at the bottom. So get the crimp down there. Come on. Now you're on the knot. Okay, so now you just got to decide how far down you want to go for each piece, and then just get in and do your crimp. Come on, crimp up. What did you do, weirdo? Damaging the wire trying to get this crimp, and I just broke it. So that's what I was afraid of doing. So what we will do is we're gonna take our crimp off, and I'm gonna tie a double knot. So by that I mean I'm gonna go through this once and then twice. Come here. Did you go through the second time? Yep. So it makes a slightly bigger knot here in the, and we'll see if it's going to hold our bead in place. That's the biggest problem with this stuff, is it's thin and it'll break easily, number one, and number two, it wants to not hold. No, that's not going to work, unfortunately. So I am not sure that I have the right equipment right now to make an illusion necklace. This will work, but I don't have, and my Supple Max is good, but it's not thick enough. And I think these are both the same size that I have here, 0.15. What did I do with the other tube? Oh, it's right here. No, this one's actually thicker, and so this is just too thin. It's not going to work. So you need, this is Supple Max, but you need a more like a thicker fishing wire, but it has to be clear. It has to be clear to make an illusion necklace, and I just don't have it. So I can't do one right now. Sorry, guys. Or I would. But it's not going to hold good, so I'm not going to continue trying. So anyway, I need some thicker wire in order for this to work decently. So you need to have either use a knot or a crimp to hold your bead in place. You need a monofilament. It's got to be clear. Otherwise, the illusion isn't an illusion. If you wanted to do something similar that wasn't actually technically illusion, you could use Coriana chain and just float those around. I have done that before. Because you just, but it isn't technically an illusion now because you can see your chain. It would work more or less the same way though, but you would put, gotta put the crimp on first. Come on, baby. I know you're tiny. You want to go on. Trust me, you do. Now, in Coriana chain, you actually also can use regular big crimps rather than just a crimp bead. These tiny crimp beads. if you crimp them good, they'll stay. You got to be careful though, because sometimes they don't want to. And this one's squished. So you just crimp on either side of your bead and just let it float. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that, and then maybe we'll find some kind of a I've got some little tiny bead bells that could use as a bail to have a dangle on it too. This actually might be fun. So I'm going to make this on the Coriana chain, because even though it's not a true illusion because you can see it, it's going to be sort of hiding itself, so to speak. And we can make a double one if we want to, but we'll put this amount away for a while. And come here, you. So, like I say, what you want to do, where did I put my little... And you can do a double one of these just by putting two of these up here and then just bringing them together. Well, for cripe's sake, what did I do with the crimps? Did I put them away? Yeah, I did. There they are. And with this style of necklace, you also don't have to worry so much about where you are putting your beads. They can just float wherever you bloody well please. Come on, go straight, baby. There we go. Now this kind of a crimp when I was taught how to crimp with these pliers, I was told this is a kiss and a hug. If you can see the inside the crimps, there's one that looks like lips. That's your kiss. And then the round one is your hug. And you kiss it and then you hug it. So we want this down close to our bead. It doesn't have to be right on the bead because, you know, this is a floating necklace, so to speak. So if your bead moves around some, that's not, you know, that's not the end of the world. So there's our first little bead sitting in place. And now we're just going to string on a whole bunch of beads onto here. I may put a few more. And like I say, we can make it a double strand if we want to. It doesn't have to be any specific spot. So, but we want to put a little one of our crimp beads on first. Come on, you. These things are horrid. Now I'm going to sort of just decide where I want this to sit at, and then we'll just crimp it before we put the bead on. Right there looks good. So we've got to get in the kiss, squish. then we'll turn and go into the hug. So it's nicely flattened right there, but it's not a flat crimp. It's a bent one. So now to make a true illusion necklace, you would do this exactly the same way, except you would use monofilament so that it's you can't see the chain. Well, that one's a little scratchy. I wonder if I can get it to ease up some. That's better. So just go along like that. And every once in a while, put a bead in place. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Ginny. Hey, Dorothy. Oh, yeah, that's a thought. No, Randy didn't have a live today because she had a doctor's appointment. Hey, Don. So we're just making a little bit of an illusion here, though it's not really an illusion because you can see the chain. A true illusion, you wouldn't be able to see the chain. Something's going on with this crimp. Where are we at as far as the chain is concerned? Okay, we're good. These tiny little crimp beads are a pain in the rear. Okay. that one broke. These are obviously not as strong as soft flex groups. A soft flex crimp I wouldn't have been able to break if I wanted it to. So I want to be right about here. That one's got a sharp little spot, wants to be on there. That's better. I can't remember if I cut this chain at 18 or 20 or 22. I'll have to measure it again after we get the pieces on, because if we're going to make a 2-strander, which we could easily do, all we got to do is make it a few inches longer. So I am thinking of doing that. I think it would be pretty with 2 strands and maybe a focal down towards the bottom. Down you go. Okay, a little bit over 18. So yeah, this Supple Max is just not thick enough. I actually got this for making Christmas ornaments when I got it. So, which I don't make very often either, but because it's for wrapping around a Christmas ball. But it's just one of those things that I sometimes have and sometimes don't have. And it's not something I do enough, so I don't keep it in stock very much. So but because this Supple Max is lightweight, because it is going on, was for Christmas ornaments, for wrapping around balls. It's not got the stress capability of something that you want to use for a necklace, unfortunately. So, now these aren't going to be perfectly lined up with each other. I'm not trying to really line them up too much, just a little bit so they don't look way out of whack with the other side, but because they are just sort of, and you can, if you wanted to just put the bottom crimp on instead of the top one as well, you could make them, they would float around, but they wouldn't, wow, those two are stuck together. That's weird. I think these are going in the trash. They'd float around, but they wouldn't be able to all jam up in one spot. So but yeah, if you do resin on the monofilament, the clear monofilament, it looks like raindrops. But you need to be able to have it dry. I sometimes would use, instead of the regular resin that you can buy, the UV resin, since it needs to have more of a, oh, now see, something's wrong here. Oh, that last one gave out. We don't want that. And I can't fix it. It won't fix. So let's see if I can get it to tighten up without breaking. And it broke. Darn it. And I can't put a new one on. There's no way to get it on. I may have to intentionally break these other ones so I can redo this one here since it's broke. Come on, break. Of course, this one doesn't want to break. Did I just break it or not? There we go. Come on. I'll come off. Pretty bad. It breaks half off and then the other half is still stuck on here. And that's a problem with these cheaper ones will usually break pretty easily. And these are from Bargain Bead Box, so they're not as strong as my Selflex crimps, but they're not, this one doesn't want to come off, even though it's broken. Crazy how that one's holding on. Let's see if I can break these upper two, though, so that we can get this one off at least. There, that one broke. Of course, the two bottom ones are the ones that's breaking instead of the top ones, which is silly. There, that one's off now too. Now I just got to get this last one off that's creating problems here. There we go. Okay, now we can get this one fixed. Here I'm thinking this is going along really well, and then that one decides it wants to break off. Come on. Come on. I hate these little guys. They're so tiny. And they're not helpful when you're using this chain very much, because this chain itself is, I frequently say it's like trying to work with a wet spaghetti noodle because it wiggles all over the place. There we go. Now can we behave and have no more broken beads, please? Or broken crimps? But right here, she assumed that I would have a thick enough wire to do an illusion. My Supple Max is too thin. It's only 0.25. It needs to be a little thicker than that so that it won't break, which one piece did. So come on, stay straight. one looks a little duller than the other ones. Weird. But that's all right. Ah, yes. That's probably really pretty, Cindy. Come on, you. Okay. Now I pulled all these crystals out because I'm thinking of making a double layer on this, a second layer, but something I want to try is I have some slightly bigger tips here. And I'm wondering if I can get 2 strands of the Coriana chain into one tip. That way we could just crimp these together and not have to do 2 lines into it. So let's see if we can get 2 lines into this. Unfortunately, it looks like no. Looks one will go through fine, but the other one gets too tight. So we have to do 2 separate ones. But that's all right. One of those felt like it might be a little sharp, but I don't want to accidentally break one. So this is going to be our upper layer. And we're going to put cut a secondary piece. This one was 18. Oh, thank you. It's actually 4. It's 4 stretch bracelets. Let's see, we want this one. We have 2, 3, and 4. I like to stack. And depending on what color I'm wearing, I've got blue, green. I have a white one, which I'll probably wear tomorrow. One with browns, and what's the other one? I have quite a few of them. I have a chakra one, which has lava stones. So anyway, we were going to, I actually may decide to put another crystal up across the top. So I'm not going to close this off yet. Come here, you. So yeah, it's 18. So we want at least 20, maybe 21 or 22. So let's cut some more chain here, and we'll get another strand going so that we can have a double strand here of this. So 12. I think I'll just go like 21. Let's see how much that leaves me. 12. Oh yeah, that's about perfect, because then I have enough to make another necklace. So I'm gonna take the 20-inch piece, put the smaller piece back in the bag. This was the 20-inch piece, right? Don't want to start and then not have it be the right piece. It's actually 21, so yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna looking for something that I'm not seeing. I may have to go get it out of the other case. So I'll be right back. Got my lobster claw while I was at it. What I'm after is this little guy, because we're going to put him right down in the middle, because we're going to have a little focal. I'm not sure that he will stay put with some crimps, so I'm just going to sit him in there. Hey, Leah. Yeah, I could do that. That's true, Heather. I could use a cone at the end. put this guy here, and he's going to get a pretty on the end of him. Maybe like this one right here, since we're working with crystals. He's going to be our focal down here. So then we're going to put, this will sit like so, and our upper one is going to go inside here. And we're going to put our crystals like right here and here, 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 up here, so that they'll all float around. So we want to, as I do this, I'm going to leave this one sort of in place so that I can see about where I want to put my other crystals at. Where'd that one go? Did I not have one there? Maybe I didn't. Okay, you would go right here, here. Yeah, it looks like I need one more off this strand. That's all right, we can do that. Get out of here. Seed beads. These ones have seed beads in between the crystals to sort of protect them. So we have a whole bunch of little seed beads here. I'm going to get out of my way. So we'll want this guy. Down here. Make sure we try and keep that sort of even here. So we know we want about right here. That one broke. Get it off. Come on, there we go. Now I got to figure out where this goes again. We want it. You come down here. Looks like about right where it's sitting, actually. So that's good. Hopefully I can get it in here straight this time. That was why it broke. It was a little crooked when it folded, and so it broke off. Okay, get this guy in place. And I'm just going to let the bail float because it doesn't really matter. We'll get top crimp on here. Okay, there's our first one, our second row in place. Now, if you wanted to, you could make little marks to show about where you want your beads to sit. You have trouble ending leather? I frequently make leather bracelets, and I have leather crimps. Let me see if I've got one of the bracelets close by me here. I have these leather crimp ends that I get from Auntie's Beads to end my bracelets. You can also do, I don't have one here, I don't think. You can use a knot and do like a ring and a clasp that way. There. But that's how I usually end mine, is with a crimp. Uh-oh, I just dropped an earring. Where'd it go? I didn't hear it hit the floor. But it is a relatively easy way to end them if you want to do it that way. I don't think I have any. Oh, that one's got the same kind of thing. It's got the leather crimps on it as well. So I do have two leather bracelets sitting here, but they both have the leather crimps on them. Now, I will say I did make my husband a leather bracelet once that had a button closure, as opposed to the more generic, the regular clasp kind of thing, which he did like all right, but the problem ended up being that he broke it. Where the ring of leather was. So always something you have to think about. You don't want to make something that they're going to end up breaking, which is what my husband did. And he always wears two amber bracelets that I made for him. They're stretch bracelets though, and he breaks them every once in a while, and then I have to repair them. Sorry for bumping the camera, guys. But those are his favorite all-time ones that he wears all the time. So Uh-oh, that just went a little crooked, I think. No, it didn't. Maybe I can't tell. And it broke. These little crimps like to break. Sort of irritating. Oops, come on, did you go on? No. Why are you not going on, silly? Huh. This wants to be difficult for the rest of the day, it looks like. That's one of those weirdos that are stuck together. I don't know, I'm beginning to think it doesn't want its second strand. It doesn't want to, the crimps don't want to go on. Or either that or they're breaking. Okay, there we go. Okay, we need to get this turned just right. There we go. Are you holding? Yep. Okay. Okay, we got the bottom ones and my bail on now. So we're just going to go up the line and we're going to put, let's get these evened out with each other here. Come on. I think this thing is determined to give me headaches. It's all right. We'll get through it. Okay. Now this is our middle of our lower strand. Go to the side for a minute, baby. Gosh, that's shimmery. I love those quadrifoil beads. They're so pretty. Got those at Hobby Lobby in case anybody's interested. Okay. Okay, pull you apart so we can put your buddy back in place again. So the next two are going to go here and here. Stretch bracelets are your nemesis. I have to be in the mood to do bracelets, though I have a lot of fun when I do make bracelets. I will admit that I don't sell as many bracelets as I do earrings and necklaces, but I do sell some, and I do need one more bead. But I have decided that I have, where did I put them? Yeah, there. What I'm going to put on the bottom instead of this little guy, oh, except for I think it's gold. We'll see. I was thinking I would put, yeah, this one would be prettier on the bottom because it's bigger, but it's gold instead of silver. So I don't think we're going to do that. But I do have tons of other little pinlets that we can put on the bottom of this. But we're just going to put some more of these crystals up the edges here, sort of staggered with the ones in the upper strand. So this one will go here. Nope, that's this strand I want. So we'll get a crimp out. Yeah, you could flatten them, the crimps, Dorothy. I just don't usually do flat crimps. I don't think they're as secure. And for something like this, you want it to be as little of a signature as possible, since it's going to be, come on, come down here. You don't really want to see the crimps any more than you have to. So boy, these want to argue something fierce. Okay, down you go. Okay. Come on, you. Okay. You. And then we're going to put one more up here. And then we'll do the other side. They're a pain in the rear. Crimps are, to be truthful with you. So, especially these dinky winky little things. These are crimp beads as opposed to crimp tubes. I usually use crimp tubes because I use the magical crimper. But we want a tiny little signature here. We don't want them to show too much. So I'm trying to use these tiny things that I got for actually going inside the clamshells. So we want, this is going to be up higher on this side. Go up there. So we're going to go right here. Since this is going to go right here, and up here, a little further here on this side. Okay, this one side's finished. This is gonna go fit the two wires together here, up here at the top. And so it'll fall like so. Though this is the middle bead right here on this side. So it will come up here and sit like so. And this one is going to be right there. So now we need to put our other 3 beads in on the other side, decide what we're going to use for a focal, and then we will need to put the tops together. I was hoping I could get them both in one clamshell, but my clamshells do not appear to be quite big enough of a hole. Though I might be able to, I wonder, maybe I could make the hole bigger. We'll have to check that out. We'll see. Anyway, let's get those last few done. Oops, what do we got going on here? My tablet went off. Probably didn't pay enough attention to it. Thank you. So let's get this next one going. And it looks like there's one more. I need one more from off the strand. So we'll have to cut this last one loose here. And then we'll have to decide on a focal too. Okay, down you go. You're going to go right about here. Yep. Now I'm using the bead to actually keep that sort of straightened out when I go to put it on, and it just moved anyway. Darn it, and I think it's crimped. It's pretty tight. I just was saying I'm using the bead to get it to stay in place, and then it just went and slipped. Well, darn it. Now I need to break this one. Now, of course, the ones I need to break are the ones that don't want to break. Did it just break? Seem to be moving. Come on, baby. Break off. If I can't get this to break, this one bead may be a little bit of a floater. I don't want to accidentally cut my chain. There we go. Okay, it was starting to damage the chain anyway, so that's a good thing we're done. See if we can get that squished back into shape some. That's better. Now, would you behave? I said I was using the bead to hold it into place, and then I slipped it way out of place by not paying enough attention to where I was at. So this time, pay attention to where you're at. And that crimped so well, too. It didn't want to come loose at all. So now let's get our two sides, the little one and the big one together again, so we can see about where this next one needs to go. Round, oh, come on, you're being difficult here. I think I'll just put you aside for right now. Just use this one to go from side to side. So here and here. Which cutters do I have? These are from wirejewelry.com. They're actually probably one of my favorite cutters, and I actually have like I have some in reserve in case I need them. So we need one about right here. Crimp bead. There's a pain in my rear. I look at these crimps sitting here and I think to myself, some of these look like they are thicker than other ones. And they could well be. Okay, we want it right here. Come on. Uh-oh, that bent my chain rather than crimping the wire. That's all right. It's not going to be that big of a... almost looks like it's broken. It is. Okay, good to know. Bent my chain right there. Needed to straighten it some. So that one was broken, so we need a new one. Some of these walls look really thick and others look like they're not so thick on these crimps, so I'm a little not real thrilled with them, but they are what they are. Is that the right spot? Yeah, more or less. Like I said, I'm not trying to be perfect with these spots, so. Okay. Da-da-dum. So now we have our bottom chain and our top chain. So So what we need to do is either give each one of these their own little tiny clamshell so we can hook them all together, or see if I can get my bigger ones reamed out so that we can get two through one clamshell. Come on, where's your bead reamer? It's right here. Still needs bigger. No, no falling out. There we go. There we go. We got them both in. Tricky but doable. So now what I'm going to use is, instead of these tinky winky little things, I'm going to get a Softlex crimp and crimp these two together right here at the end, and then clamshell them. And let's see, where are my silver crimps? Actually, it doesn't matter if they're silver. They can be any freaking color I want them to be. So go down there a little bit more so I can get these guys hopefully on here. Yep. There we go. There we go. Come here, crimp. We want this guy. Come up here so I can get you. Turd. Okay, I'm going to cut the very ends off so I don't have all that hanging in my clamshell. Work my clamshell up and close it. Now it is a little bit more open than normal because it's got more in it than normal, so we're just going to squish it a little bit. And look, both lines are in one. So now we got to ream the other one up so we can get them in. Okay, we're going a little over here, so the normal, because it's almost 2 hours. So I gotta get this going so we can finish this guy up. See if I got this one side big enough now. Yeah, come here, you guys. Need both of you. Need both of you. Okay. See if I got the hole big enough yet. And we do. Come on. Move our clamshell down so we can get our crimp on. Come on, little guy. There we go. We go again. Come on, don't give us problems. You moved quite well there for a second. There we go. Trim the tippy tops of the wire off. Scoosh our clamshell down. Oops, not sideways. You got to go straight on. There we go. So now we simply have to get some jump rings. We have our lobster claw right here. Put these guys away because we don't need them anymore. As well as these guys because they're all over the place. So oh, don't bump your lights, Rose. I was playing with the bell thinking, oh, why is my my crimp in such a weird spot? It wasn't my crimp, it was me. Uh-oh, did I let this get twisted when I put these in here? May have done. Let's see. Oh, that'll be bad if I did. Come on. Did you guys get twisted up here? No twisties. Did I get it untwisted? Okay, there we go. Now we need to put the lobster claw on and the jump ring, and then we just need to decide on a focal for the bottom. And this baby's done. See, we got the big one here, a little one here. Sorry, bumped the camera. Didn't mean to do that. Knock the earring down too. So get this guy on. Go through both the loops. Now that one focal would look really pretty on here if it weren't for the fact that it's gold as opposed to silver frame. That's unfortunately, but hope I didn't check this lobster claw. I guess I should do that. Okay, it's working fine. I always test my lobster claws because sometimes they don't work. And I'll show you what I mean because I got one right beside me here that decided it didn't want to work. See, it's locked open. You can push it closed this way, but once you use it again, it locks open again. So that's not kosher. So now we can hook these guys together. We have our two strands. And it's not a true illusion because you can see the chain, but it is the style of one. And we need to decide on a focal at the bottom and then get ourselves off of here because we've been on for quite some time. It's almost noon and we don't want to invade the other lady's spots too much. So, no. Gold, gold, gold. I don't want gold. I need silver. What do you guys think? This little moon? Yeah. So this has got a jump ring I won't use on it because it's got a regular round one. So we'll take the round one off and get a Tinky Tot to use for this little guy. One Tinky Tot. Come on. Okay, let's turn up and I'll show you what it looks like all finished. And then we're going to get out of here. So, come here, you. You're the inside one. So it's going to look like so. It's got our little moon on the bottom here. Where it will go. When you wear it, it'll go like so with the crystals in between. I need to get me a bust to put on things on, but as soon as I have a bust around here, I tend to put things on it, and then it's got tons of stuff on it. So the bottom wire could have been a little bit lower, higher, but it's still real pretty. So there we go. So just a pretty little 2-strand. Like I say, not a true illusion because you can see the chain, but it's close. It's the same way it would work to make an illusion, but you'd use more of a clear wire. Like I said, my supple max is too thin. I'd need a heavier one to work it good, but this is the way you would do it. There we go. Necklace is finished. Now we're going to go and get off here because Dawn, no, Renee, sorry, not Dawn. Renee is supposed to be on pretty soon. I believe her channel is Blessing and Beautiful, something like so that. I can't remember. Let's see if I can find her here up here. I'm pretty sure she was with us for a little while here. Heather, do you have it? Can you put it in to the chat? Oh no, of course you can't because it won't let you put things in. Blessed and Beautiful, and I believe it's got some numbers behind. But anyway, there's our necklace all done. And I think it turned out pretty cute. And I will see you guys, my members, if you have time to come over at 1:30 today. This is my members only live day today. So that's at 1:30. So that's going to be an hour and a half before that. So anyway, we'll see you all later. And if I don't see you this afternoon, I will see you on Friday. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we are going to be going now, and we'll see you tomorrow for the non-members, and for members, we'll see you this afternoon. Bye-bye.